Hi, I'm Kevin Kennedy with the Kennedy Law Firm. You know, I've been practicing now for over 35 years, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about tractor-trailer accidents. What is that? Well, everybody knows that all these 18-wheelers on the road and on the interstate travel commerce every day all across America. Many things that the general public may not know, that they are heavily regulated by the Department of Transportation. There's rules and regulations that are put in place that require CDLs, that those drivers have special training. They're also monitored on the amount of time that they can stay in the driver's seat without taking a break. Well, should they break that, that is negligence. They're supposed to keep logs. And nowadays, there's so many new technology that can track them, knowing where they are at any time, knowing how that they are logging in on their trips. So it's less and less for someone to fudge. And what does that really mean? It's less and less that someone could misrepresent. Tractor-trailer accidents are some of the most dangerous and overwhelming and destructive things that will ever happen to any American. I submit to you, be extra careful. Tell your children to be extra careful when they're driving on the interstate. It almost sends chills down my back when I have to recall so many tractor-trailer accidents that I have represented individuals in over the years. The injuries can be devastating. So first off, I want to send the message, everybody be extra careful. Parents, teach your children. Children, listen to your parents. Teenagers, listen to your grandparents. You can never be safe enough. So there is no monetary compensation that is worth the injuries that can come from one of these accidents. And many times people are killed when they're involved in a tractor-trailer accident. So let's watch out all the time. If we are involved, it usually creates there's many, multiple cars that you'll hear that are involved in a tractor-trailer accident on the interstate. And there's a lot of reasons for that. So let's back up. If we were involved and if we were not so seriously injured that we had our faculties, you should get out and take some pictures. You might even take some video. You should be careful on everything you say. Anything you say can be and will be used against you. You're always wanting to try to protect yourself and say, that tractor trailer came right over into our lane. And that was clear. You know, so many cars have cameras on them, and it's not a bad idea. But what happens when they did that and you say, well, they did it, and they say they didn't? Well, then you've got lots of problems. And what I always like to do is look for witnesses that I can get an affidavit from immediately. And they say, we saw the accident. We saw the tractor trailer move over, hit the car with no signal light. That's what I need. If I had one witness that could say that, then the rest would be based on the economic damage from the doctors and the hospital, and listen to the professionals. I also want to tell you this, if there's ever a lapse in your treatment, the insurance company will use that against you. Meaning, well, I waited too long till I went to the doctor. They're going to use that against you. They'll always maintain you weren't hurt as seriously. The first thing they're going to do is get all your medical records. Let's just tell the truth. The law in America is based on honesty. And when it's all said and done, what can an honest man do? He can only make an honest mistake. And there's different standards that the general public would hold to. So I always tell everyone, get to a lawyer immediately, understand that the insurance company may not and probably will not be fair with you. You're constantly trying to gather documentation, photographs, witnesses to protect your interest. And if one of your children were involved or your spouse, you should go to the scene, try to find out everything you can, take the photos, and then hire a lawyer immediately. The lawyer should then go and try to investigate as quick as they can. Sometimes they can get to the black box that is on that truck and get off information. Was the truck speeding? If it was, it contributed to the negligence, the proximate cause. Those are the things, and you say, well, this is what I believe. You've got to follow the law. You've got to follow the rules. You have to have someone who understands the rules and knows how to play the rules honestly. We have what's known in Tennessee as the statute of limitation. You can have liability and you can have damages, you can have it all. But if you didn't file your claim with the court within 1 year of the date of that accident, you're barred forever. And you say, well, that's not fair. That's the law. the judges will stand on that law, and you are out. So the best way, and I'll tell you again, over the years, some of the greatest success that we've had, how did we do it? We've had very talented lawyers and support staff that work together. I've said over the years, there's no such thing as the perfect lawyer, but boy, you put that team together, and that is some kind of machine that will make the difference for you. So if it were me, I always want to see who's got the team. What's their track record? The insurance companies are investigating all the lawyers, and they know who's taking these kinds of cases and who can handle the resources. And it kind of gets down to common sense. What does the ordinary, prudent man do under those circumstances? And I do believe in fairness. I do believe in the American judicial system. I do believe in advancing your cause and having the best lawyers, the most talented team to work with, and work with them together. You'll be happy you did. I'm Kevin Kennedy with the Kennedy Law Firm.